Hello and welcome back to another Patreon replay analysis for the ASAP Weekly Podcast. My name is Combo. Today we're going to be working through GooglyWooglyWoo's One's replay. He is always a pleasure to work with. He's so descriptive. Every time he sends me replays, sends me a nice couple paragraphs to explain where he's at, what he's been feeling, how the replay looked, and things he noticed. And in general, it always makes me happy. He's funny. He's very, very intentional about his analysis of the game, really looks into all the aspects that he kind of needs to edit for himself, and then is always excited if I can find some other things. So I always love doing replays for him, so thank you as always for the support. I hope you are enjoying the grind. He did mention that he has been struggling a little bit since the last review. He hasn't played many since his last replay review, that he hasn't had much time. His internet's been unreliable. There's been a lot of things that have been going on, but recently he said that he's been playing more. His internet's back up and rolling, so he's excited to get into it. So he's gold 3. He's been playing a lot of ones in the last 2 months, trying to up his mechanics, up his decision making, just in general, kind of push his limits, which I commend. For those who know me, I will always say ones is a great way to really build, and people always say mechanics, but I think a big part is that it builds your decision making and speed. It really helps you identify what balls can you turn on, what balls can you win from off angle challenges, little things like that, or like even as far as like what kind of shot will beat an opponent one-on-one, because whether it's 2s, 3s, or anything else, those one-on-one situations still happen all the time, right? And obviously a little less than 1s, and then 3s a little less than 2s, and so on, but they still happen. So it's a great way to identify some good scoring opportunities and ways that you can kind of take your game to the next level. So I love that he's trying. It's not something I have the patience for these days, but I still respect it nonetheless. So I'm really excited to get into it. I said it last time, and I feel like I do need to give the same disclaimer again. I am, as I just said, I am not a ones player, so I'm not by any means a pro. I haven't hit top 100s. I'm not the be-all, end-all of one's knowledge. A lot of it is truthfully more 2s knowledge and just associating, challenging, and things like that from 2s. But I am, the last time I played a couple seasons ago, I am a C3 ones player. So I think I have a decent background enough, at least, to speak, especially to the gold level of ones, and hopefully can help identify some things. So Googly said he wins this game, which is exciting, but he says that he felt like he should have lost. So I'm excited to watch it. This looks like a nice long replay, so I don't want to waste any time, and we can dive on into it. So let's go. Listen to that boost. Great kickoff. Beautiful, beautiful kickoff. Great save from him, but these are the saves. If there's anything I want you to practice, Googly, is your kickoff like this. This is an absolutely flawless kickoff. Beautiful diagonal flip. You land dead center on the ball. He lands to the right of the ball, so you can see that you're able to win that cleanly. The second you land, I tend to break, or I land drifting and then break as soon as I land, so that instantly what I can do is I can already slowly be facing at least this way, so I can go through, because this kickoff is so standard, like it will hit this part of the low wall and then bounce across the middle. So you should already be leading this. This is a huge part of getting good at ones, is being able to capitalize every single one kickoff that you possibly can. So you should already be leading this ball, not following it and then chasing it down. As you do, you should already be leading, so that you can meet it as it comes with a quick shot on net. And watch any high-level ones gameplay, and you'll really see that taken advantage of that you're able to turn much quicker, so that boostless you will be able to get there right away. And even here right now, as soon as you land, what's stopping you from just diagonal flipping just to hit it with your car, right? Like you can, especially right now, I know this is very quick, but you can already see him right here, right? So you'd be able to, you already know there's no goalie, so what's just stopping you from quickly hitting this? But instead what you do is you actually drive around it to then hit it and then try to beat him high. You get a great touch, he gets an even better save, but we could have capitalized that first goal of the game right away. Something you got to keep in mind. A huge part of ones, Googly, is using, and this is a huge part of everything. Anybody who watches my replays will probably laugh because I sound like a broken record. But a huge part of this is using your idle time. So right now, let's just associate let's think about what we know. RH has no boost. He's going to be making his way to this boost as the ball rolls this way, so he can pick it up and come downfield. That means since he is going crossfield, you have time to go crossfield with 2 good diagonal front flips to this boost to then instantly cut back in. Use your idle time, right? You have purpose when you're going back. You're not just killing time. So if we watch from here, you go, you're worried, so you stop. He hits it hard. At this point, again, you look worried, so you stop. He is currently not in a shooting position, so again, there's no harm in you coming all the way to this back boost and then coming in. Anything to get boost, but also notice you didn't get a pad there, and you're currently not on route to get one there unless you turn in time. And so just like that, we've gone from their goal line with full pressure to past half without an ounce of boost. That cannot happen in ones. You will get destroyed later on with that, and you really, really got to start breaking that down. You get the 1 pad, you get the 2 pad, you get the 3 pad. You have a great line, but we could have had 100 a long time ago, and now you're in net and you look good in net, but now you don't have enough boost to really rush this ball at its full potential, and RH has much more time to get a good shot on net. Good job being patient. I'm going to give you kudos where it should also be feedback, so I'll kind of give you a bit of both. This is a weak shot. You notice that right away that this is a very weak shot, so we don't need to jump to this. Literally just reverse. Let me go back. Literally just reverse, and then, why is it giving me a highlighter? Jeez, I'm a mess. And then drive forward, catch this ball, walk it in the open net, just like that. He has taken a disgustingly huge risk here that you can break down. And this is where the kudos comes in, is that you jump, which I dislike, but you save it because you know you don't have to. But since you jumped, you aren't able to get the catch. And now you have to jump again, which has now given him tons of time to work his way out. You have to go for the full boost and then make your way downfield and go from there. Again, this is a place where you could have caught him. You actually drew him in with this, and right now you shouldn't even be looking at the ball. You should be only looking at him, and he's actually turned in this way, meaning that if you just get a good boomer on net, he's not saving it because he's not in a good position for it, but we rush the shot here, and this is where you got to be practicing these shots you miss. You end up slowing down, touching it, and you give him plenty of time to turn around, use all his boost, and go up to it. So already now, and so at this point, and last time I talked a lot about mindset of noticing what your opponents are doing and be able to identify that. We have now seen him rush all 3 balls that he's been next to, so we know he's going to be fast all game, meaning you have 2 major things you need to play to. You need to be defensively incredibly slow, intentional, well thought out. Never rush a challenge because he's probably rushing it before you. Never throw a ball away because he's going to be instantly boosting towards it. And make sure you're solidifying and gathering your corner boost so he's not able to steal them. That's defense. On offense, only hit boomers or fakes, no in between. There's no little dribbles, there's no things like that. If he's coming full speed at you, maybe give it a fake. If you see that he's very desperately kind of boosting around the field, just boom it on net. You ask in your message, how can you break down these aggressive players? This is how you do it. So you are playing incredibly slow, but you're being a very opportunistic striker, right? Of that you're letting him rush it, make every mistake that he wants to make, and you are identifying every single one of them. This is why back in the day, like the earlier days of ones, Cooksier was the king of ones because he was very good at defense, something that you should also be practicing if you want to try to get used to this style. He was incredible at defense, and he never challenged the ball. He was so patient. He would always make the offensemen rush and kind of waste their challenge for him to have a very easy boom back on net all the way downfield, and something that you can definitely try to use to your advantage here, and something I encourage you to use to your advantage. So keep that in mind. It is really important. I hope that gives you something here. And same thing, he's made a mistake, so we should be dribbling right now to try to identify that, but instead you hit it away hard. He gets his boost, he gets the ball, and now he has possession again, just like that, and now you're boostless, right? So you can see right away when you're making these decisions, you end up getting a little burned for it. I assume he'll go for your boost. He doesn't. Very nice. So now you don't need to rush, right? Nice. This is where my knowledge might not be great because I'm not sure what it looks like in gold. When you come here and that ball pops up, to me, you should either go right away or not. It's as simple as that. There's no explanation. There's no kind of in between of that right now. And since you haven't, you should be watching him. So using your right stick right now to try to find him on the field to see if he's challenging, and only jump when he does. You jump and then he jumps as well, and you're able to tip it under him by doing so, which is great. I just don't know if that's what I want you doing every single time, right? And you see right away he turns again. So this is where you're doing good. You're saving your boost. You're being smart, but we got to be careful. Because right now, if we had a little more, you could have capitalized already on that, right? You saw a wide open net again that he challenges his full through. Get your boost. Don't rush it. He's going to come. Good save. Good race. Nice try. But that's what I mean. You're playing into his hand right now, right? So you come up to this ball, You get the good save. He jumps off. He's just trying to hit this to waste time. You know he has no boost. So just break here. You don't need to rush this. Like I said, this is where you can use your fakes. He's boostless. He's trying to kill time from you and hopefully making you panic, which you do. If you just break here and don't hit this, you can see right away from his flip, he's actually going to flip purely by this ball. So he's trying to meet you. So that if you break here, you can now just get around this ball and drive it into a wide open net because you have some boost and he has none. So this is a great way to break down these kind of guys who think they need to touch every single ball. But instead, you end up hitting it past him, which is fine. But now he's able to get some flips in. He's able to make his way downfield. Now he has full boost and ball possession again. And now careful playing his game, right? You don't want to do that. Good touch. Try to get him up there, right? He's going to take the risk to come into your boost. Great. You are full boosting at him right now to see if you can get him because you even got that boost. So, again, you know he's empty. Let's take a demo. Opportunistic striker, right? Always identifying what is his boost levels at. What do you think he's trying to do? Let's try to read that and break him down. So, you know he's boostless here. So, why are we not going for a demo to waste some time? But instead, we shoot, and that's an incredibly easy save with or without boost, right? That he's able to pop off to the side. Nice fake, and now you should be able to shoot on net. And that's it, right? This should be the entire game that you're playing. Should be playing against his style, letting him play his way, but abusing it as much as you can every single time against a player like this. Same thing. You win the challenge. I want you full boost at that ball. There's no reason he's beating you boostless right now, right? Nice beat on net. Really, really beautifully done. And like, if you can get this consistently, these are the kind of players that you are going to decimate, right? Because it's so easy to read this play style, and he'll learn quickly. It doesn't last long enough, right? It really doesn't last long. Same thing. You have boost now. Take a demo on him, right? See if you can quickly get him in that midfield and go to straight cam. See if you can take him out because you have boost and ball technically right now, right? See if you can get him. Same thing. You have boost right now. Let him hit. Take the body here. Great job, right? Now you can control this downfield. Good control. Almost such a nice dunk. Nice try. Good possession. Hopefully get a shot on net here. But we're slow, right? You don't need to worry about the boost. You can get a good shot on net here. Good patience, though. Good. See what I mean? So just by you playing patient here, and like I said, like, yes, was I pushing you to take that shot? 100%. Like, there's times you can play slow or fast, but you just did what I've been talking about all game, is by playing slow, letting him make those mistakes and going from there. You are in full control right now. You're abusing his rushed play. But don't get cocky, right? You cannot get cocky. Good boost steal. Take a body now. Stay with him. Good job. But then you panic. Oh, don't panic. Don't panic. Don't panic. Look, you get one bump. Get one more. You do? Great. Don't jump. There's no panic at all, right? But you flip, and then you give him wide open net. No panic. And now he feels like he can keep playing fast because he got you. So keep that in mind, right? Keep that mindset in mind. Careful, careful. See, you're panicking, right? I hope you can see this too, especially when watching this replay of that. He hasn't challenged once. You're panicking. He's playing what you're doing to him right now beautifully. But you're able to be very speedy downfield. Oh, great save too. Good recovery, but unfortunately not fast enough. I'll do it. Now he's feeling like he's right back in this game, right? When you had full control. Oof, that one hurts. Let's see it again. So right away, not narrowly you should be going for, right? And then you boost away from the boost and then boost back to the boost, and then it's not there, right? You see that? And so you got to make up your mind, right? You got to be playing smart in this, and I'm sure you're feeling the tilt right now. I'm sure you're feeling a little bit of the tilt of, like, you just threw the 3-0 lead. And especially now losing a kickoff like that. But that's ones in a nutshell, right? I'm sure you've noticed that by now. And then you win the kickoff right back, right? And a great shot on net. You've had 3 of those kickoffs now, and we've only scored on 1 of them. You really got to try to, if there's any skill you got to put into ones right now, that's the big one. That's how you're going to win more games, by really knowing how to win those kickoffs well and get the goals every single time. Good chase, take his boost. Good job. Good check. I love the right stick usage there. And you know he's going to turn, right? So even still, let him hit it, right? You're close. You know right away that if when you turn in like this, he's going to see you. So if you just turn out now, you can actually catch this and bring it, excuse me, back on net just because you know he's going to rush. Try to take advantage of that all the time. You know he's rushing. Let's use it, right? This is still a great win, don't get me wrong, but he nearly had enough time to get to that boost, right? And now he's going to be able to stay on that ball, but you're all over him. But that drift, you don't need to drift, right? I know... I like to think I'm like the guru of drifting because I love drifting. It makes me really happy, but it definitely can be overused, and I do think it's a bit overused here by you. Of that at this point you've hit him, he's out of the play, so let's just slow her down, right? Like I'm saying, we don't need to full boost at this right now. Just kind of hit the brakes, nice and easy, come through the ball, big boom on net. Simple as that. You don't need anything more. You don't need extra pressure. You don't need anything else that's going into this other than just simply playing smart here because you are in control. You just scored the last kickoff goal to tie it up again. He's now, remember, he's on his heels now. It's all this momentum shifting, right? And so try to push that to him right now of to keep it slow, let him panic. You've gotten both of his back boosts. He's just on pads, right? He's low. So let's see what he pulls off from this instead. But instead, when you drift around this, we end up missing what is another open net opportunity that he panics into, right? When like you could have just not jumped there, or sorry, not drifted at all, and he would have flipped by that ball, but instead he's able to now come downfield on his own. Oh, amazed you didn't get that boost. That sucks. But you see right away, he identifies that. He knows he got it, so he comes right back into this ball. Good pop. Good control. Good try. Get the boost in the demo. Love it. And now turn right on net. Right? But we're so slow here, right? A beautiful, beautiful, beautiful shot afterwards. I gotta give you that kudos right away. This is a great demo. Get the boost, hit the brakes, let it sit first. Actually, let me play it a little further. Let it bounce. Even if you're not going to be there, let it bounce once, let it bounce again. Ideally, like I said, you're coming under this and catching this right away and bringing it on net. Like really try to practice those hard cuts. And I see you are, right? Like even me commenting on your drift there that you had before, it's like, are you missing? Yes, but you're practicing. Like that makes me happy in of itself. But if you have to let this one bounce, let it bounce to start the dribble. But try your best to be under that right away to start it. The only time you should be almost like panicking in terms of speed is when you get a demo, because it's a free goal lined up right the second you get one. And I see that you're thinking about it, but you end up almost like rushing that first touch by jumping there, right? And then you need to you have this beautiful identifying there that where you're able to pull away and then line up a shot instead, which is great. Really, really fantastic there. But still try to keep that in mind, right? That you really didn't need to rush that play at all. Cool, big kickoff whiff. Good capitalization. This is a great ones game. Choose not to go. Good eyes. These ones are tough. I'll be very honest with you, man. These ones are very tough because, and why these fakes work so well is, in one specifically, is because now he has full boost and you don't, right? And so you starting this dribble now means you're not getting a good flick. You're not going to get a hook shot. Like there's not much you can do. So at this point, truthfully, man, it's just take the 50, right? So I'm gonna go overhead here to show you. So you come to this kickoff, he fakes. So at this point, as this ball is coming in, excuse me again, you go to the outside as if you're gonna cut. You don't have boost, so that's not possible, right? So instead, you should be driving right behind this ball the entire time, keeping it right on your hood, so the second he comes, you can jump as we keep inching in. But see, you're on the right here, and so especially since he's coming from this side, that's the easiest 50 of his life, right? That ball is only going to go in this direction here, and so you gotta keep that in mind as you're coming up, so that now you can jump when he's jumping, win the 50 cleanly that way instead, right? So that then you can follow through, get the boost, keep the ball, and cycle that back on net. You cannot, obviously, I know it's impossible to cut on these kind of kickoff plays, so instead you really got to be looking at it for that play instead and see if you're able to identify that. Like I said, obviously you don't end up getting scored on or anything like that, but still it is really, really important that you can start to kind of look into that, because it's a huge part of being good at ones, and honestly any game mode, in fact, of being able to identify what to do with those kickoffs in general, right? I'm saying identify a lot. Great recovery speed, though, and a great little half flip off wall. Nice try. You're pulling him now, though, right? You got to remember, you're in control right now. You turn. He's already on it, so why are we jumping, right? Just hit the brakes. Chill. Let him hit it. You know he's going to rush it. He's been rushing it all game. But instead, you rush that challenge, and he's able to walk in an open net, right? Bit of a rough kickoff, but that's okay. Why are we chasing him now, right? And so this will be the next thing. So this is a good kind of point to bring up on kickoffs. So in ones, the very first kickoff you got was perfect, right? So I'm going to kind of draw it from up here. So when you're coming into this ball, you do your little diagonal flip into the dead center while kind of side rolling this way, so that your hope off that very first kickoff is that's going to come off the half wall, come back across in front. With your side flip, you land there, and then you're able to cut it off, meet it, and get a nice big boom on net, right? Like that is your kind of perfect ones kickoff. And so defending this is a whole different story, right? So let's say he does the exact same thing and this still happens. So he diagonal flips, comes in, right, rolls this way, and then the ball goes like that. Obviously, just from that kickoff, he's going to be trying to cut that angle as quick as he can to try to cut that off. In this play, let's watch it, and you can see what I'm talking about in terms of defending, because I think he defended that first one well. I want to show you the difference here of what that can look like. You come for the kickoff. It pops into your corner. You both roll the same ways that I was talking about. So let's draw it. So you come in for it here. You go this way, and then you land here. So wait, let me not do that. You're going to land here, like that. Simple as that. Oops, booping the mic. He comes in. He rolls this way. Ball is going into the far corner here, like that, and it's going to land here. So as he rolls this way, we already know he's going to be chasing this to either get a shot on net from here or to catch it and dribble it around. One of the two, right? Like that's his two plays. So then why are we cutting right to here like this, right behind him? Or even, honestly, you end up going basically right beside him. You end up driving like this. And then now you're playing the chasing game instead, when realistically, if you've got to remember, our only danger area, like the only thing we need to worry about is this bad boy right here. This beautiful, beautiful little orange net, especially 20 seconds left on the clock, not much time to go. So right now, all you should be thinking is, like, honestly, if I land here, I'm just taking these pads towards the net, like that, right? And I know the hindsight is 2020, right? Of that, like as a coach, I have the opportunity to look at it from all angles. Like you can't possibly think like this in game, but you can, and I want that to be your muscle memory, right? Like I really, really want you to practice these boost lanes, because if you know that there's always one pad to the side there, you know that in that football route that goes all the way around, that there's 5-ish pads on your side of the field in that football that I just drew up there, meaning that when you take to there and then you come to this pad, you just enter that football route all the way into net. Nice and easy, right? And so just like that, you have now created a lane hopping boost lane that you're able to cycle back in the same time that he is cutting this way around with the ball. You have cut the exact same amount of time, but you're also at the back post with a much easier challenge to be met right here, rather than the same thing I just drew out, him coming around to catch the ball here, and then you deciding to go with him, and now you're chasing or trying to pinch against the wall, or you're trying to cut it off to catch it and go the other way. Like it creates the play that this creates is so much more difficult than it needs to be, and that's why this is such an important thing to try to assess in literally all game modes, man. Like this is not just a ones thing. It's huge to be able to know these boost routes so that you can still cycle to that back post. And so yes, I know this is one's front post. Back post doesn't really exist in ones. But if let's say you're the kickoff and this is twos and you have a teammate going over this way, aren't you going to do the exact same thing if this boost is taken, right? You see right away maybe their blue teammate is coming up and taking this boost. Great. If I'm you here, I'm just going to take these pads here, and I'm maybe going to cycle in like this, or maybe instead I'm going to come like this into this pad. Like you have these routes to the back post. Let's do the same thing in ones, but instead we're cutting the angle, right? We're going to come all the way across like this to meet and then get the challenge that we want, rather than having to pinch it in this like hot zone over here and making the game so much harder on yourself. And so now with that in mind, let's watch this from this perspective and you can see what I'm talking about. So you have a beautiful, beautiful recovery, like may I add, but now again, you're in this position where you got to pinch or you got to dribble, or you got to do something, and now he's got you in panic mode. He's got you boostless. He knows it. And so now he can just walk that into an open net, misses, cuts back the other way. Oh, and then the panic unfortunately gets you scored on. But not even that panic, like, right? Like we can bring this all back to the kickoff of simply you deciding to follow in the corner here, which causes this chaos, causes this mayhem, and completely breaks down the game. I hope you can see what I'm talking about. Like I promise you I'm not trying to bullshit, that it is honestly something that's really important here. As you continue to make these plays, nice and good. He misses. You're very fortunate. And then same thing. Why are we jumping, right? Look, watch. He pops this. He's in no position to shoot right now. You know that. Catch this ball on the left side of your car, dribble it right down the middle so that he has to send it to one of your walls instead of just hitting it, which then gives him enough time to cut it back the other way. You have a great wave dash here that you could have had a great play, but the panic makes you jump by, and he's like, oh, thank you, and walks in an open net. And I'm sure you're just super tilted here. You're really upset, and you're mad that had happened. But like I said, it wouldn't have had to if you just rotated into net rather than into that corner with him and chased him down instead, right? It's a meh kickoff. I'm going to be very critical of your kickoff because you are very, very strong at kickoffs, man. Like, I think that's one of your best talents. It's really fun to watch how good you are. You see your delay here. You kind of jump, lean down, and then flip so that you're going to land sideways. And I see you know that right away, that the reason why you side flip there to try to get to it instead. And right away, you technically should have... Oh, never mind. I thought that was the OT kickoff. I was like, oh, you should have lost. But you're very fortunate. And then you have a much better second kickoff. Well done. Beautiful second kickoff. And you can see, and like I hope that shows you the power of like high level watching kickoffs, right? Of that, like when I look at you here, you weren't even near the ball, and I'm like, oh, that's a perfect kickoff. What happens? You win it cleanly, right? You win it very, very cleanly. But say, why are we chasing right now, right? This is a huge thing that I think in this game you're playing too much to him, if that makes sense. He drives full boost in this corner. He's definitely gonna get this boost. He's definitely gonna get the ball. You coming at this angle. Where's the ball going? What are you going to do in this play that means anything other than just be a nuisance with him potentially getting the opportunity to score on you instead, right? That I not to sound harsh, but that's why this is happening, right? You're playing his game. You're playing chasey. You're falling into the hands that he's trying to make you play. And again, he easily could have beat you there if he was just a little bit faster, right? Lucky you are able to take his boost, get in his way a little bit. Get the mid boost. Good job. Great patience here. See your patience, though, of what I'm talking about? This is a bit of a dangerous rush. You choose not to challenge, and he just jumps into it, right? You've done literally nothing mechanical on this play. You've done nothing that is noteworthy other than be close enough to make him panic, and just like that, we have possession now, right? Like, how huge is that? And that's how you got to break down these players, is forcing them to panic these plays and going from there. I love the balls on this. Very, very ballsy play. If this is, let's say, against any higher level opponent, he's just booming that downfield and you're scored on, right? So be careful. I'm going to almost always urge you to never aerial in ones, but we're okay. Careful. You're trying to cut on a ball that's a little too dangerous, right? At this point, man, like I'm just playing this safe and I'm driving right here. I'm just hitting this ball in the corner, slowly on the ground. I'm catching it with the front of my car, getting the boost. I'm going to drive it right back down, come back down off the wall, and work it out the other way. Just this giant circuit should be ones, right? Because there's always boost somewhere on a ones field, right? So you should always be in this giant circuit rather than always trying to think, how do I cut this person? How do I deke this person? What do I do? Because you go for this big cut here that if he just jumped earlier, he's reading and firing into your net, right? And now he's got possession. He's got the boost. Oh, he misses, actually. And same thing, you panic, though, right? Assess this. You look, he misses the boost. You've now seen he missed the boost. Hit the brakes. See what he does. He is in the weak position here, so we'll have to see what he can pull out, and he decides just to leave with it, right? When instead, we could have, and knowing that, we could have just dribbled this out, right? There's no panic or rush on these plays right now, but instead, we've given possession back to him, just like he wanted in the first place, right? Good try on the half flip. Really try to work on those. That's a huge, huge part. Why are we hitting it hard, right? There's no purpose to it. I know you almost get a goal from it, but still, you gotta keep it in mind. Whoo, that's a dangerous one. Even more dangerous. Jeez, buddy, the panics right now. Slow it down. Same thing. You should have been scored on. Like, I hope you can see all this panic that's happening. I'm even getting like antsy watching it. You know, of just slow it down. You're a very, very talented player. I would say 4 of your goals against have just come from you rushing in this entire game. And again, easily you should have lost here just by jumping like that. Like there's no purpose to it. Keep it slow. Keep it steady. Don't rush. Right. Try again. Should be scored on. We're lucky. All right. Get a hit maybe. Ooh. Good pinch. Nice goal, man. Very, very nice goal. Great use of the double jump. See, he leaves instantly. But seriously, man, it is. It's wild that to me of how talented you are, how thoughtful you are, how intentional you are, that the panic brain just takes over, right? And especially in ones, it's such a huge thing for you that it's like I don't see any mechanical shortcomings here other than you just rushing the ball, right? And ends up looking like mechanical shortcomings, like you missed your wave dash or oh you missed your flip, but no, it's just you panicking, right? It's just you rushing into these shots that you really don't need to. Tell yourself all the time and every single ones game that you ever join that you are the best player on the field. There's no question about it. There's no doubt. There's no nothing. You are more talented than the person you're playing against. Therefore, it's your game to set pace. I don't care if you're playing the like most recent world champion or like a top one on the ones leaderboard, right? You are more talented than that player. Tell yourself that so that you are the one who's allowed to set the pace. You're the one who's allowed to be smart about the ball and figure out what you need to do. If they're outspeeding you, great. You might need to push a little more speed into your game in terms of getting near the ball or to the ball or something like that, but you don't need to rush the play itself in terms of the challenge that comes from it, right? So really keep that in mind. Really try to identify what that's going to look like for you in the long run, at least. Shoot many questions you have, but this was a really good one, and like I'm happy you pulled out the W, like you said. I definitely agree with you. There was definitely a lot of times where I don't think you should have won this game, but I would say for the first easily 4 minutes of the game, you should have been clapping at least 8-2, 8-3, whatever that may have looked like at that point, because you were in such control of what was going on and you let in so many goals just by simply panicking that you really could have won this game much earlier, even probably had him forfeit, like the works, right? Like this didn't have to be a butt clenching overtime, right? So I hope you can pull some stuff from that. No major recommendations like the dribble challenge like you laughed at last time or things like that. I didn't see a whole lot of like mechanical errors. Like I said, it's really your patience, man. Like that was a real downfall for you and easily could have led to your loss here. But I'm happy you pulled out the win. Thanks as always for the support. Thanks for anybody who has watched or listened or whatever way you're choosing to take this in. I've been Combo for the ASAP Weekly Podcast. This has been another Patreon replay review for GooglyWooglyWoo for the month of April. So thank you so much for watching as always, and I will leave you for now. Bye-bye.